To the lands of Northern Europe are several nations who share a common history, language and culture. These nations are Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland and Iceland, and they are often referred to as the Nordic countries. So, why are these Nordic flags so similar? During medieval times, flags were often used by kings and other rulers, especially in battle. However, these were not used to represent a nation, but to help soldiers identify whether someone was friend or foe. All these nations' flags feature a unique cross design, the Nordic cross. But why? It's because of Denmark. The cross design was used by Europeans during the Crusades and has affiliation with Christianity. Denmark adopted the cross design but shifted the cross from a central position to the hoist side. It is officially the oldest flag in the world, being formally adopted sometime in the 16th century. The national flag is called the Dannebrog, and legend has it this flag fell from the sky during the Battle of Lindesnes against Estonia in 1219. Each Nordic flag has since been inspired by this, but each has a different meaning or symbolism behind it. The Swedish flag was inspired by Denmark's flag and was also adopted in the 16th century. Its blue and yellow are said to be the traditional colours of Sweden and possibly stem from its national coat of arms. It is said Finland's white within its flag represents the snow that covers the nation, while its blue symbolises the water and the land of 1,000 lakes and was adopted shortly after its independence from Russia. Norway's flag was designed in 1821. For many years it had been part of Denmark, and from 1814 until 1905 it was a part of Sweden. At the time, ideas of freedom and democracy were widespread. The colours of red, white and blue are said to be of freedom and equality, as well as its close ties to Denmark and Sweden. The Icelandic flag represents the three elements that created the island: fire, ice and water, and the cross symbolises its close ties with the rest of the Nordic countries. It's also interesting to note, if you flip the Icelandic flag inside out, it's identical to that of Norway's flag. It's not only these countries that possess the cross, but also their autonomous territories and regions. The Åland Islands speak Swedish and are an autonomous region of Finland and possess a similar flag. The Orkney and Shetland Islands are part of the Scottish Isles, but their heritage also has ties to Scandinavia, hence the Nordic cross. The Faroe Islands and Greenland are autonomous constituent countries within the Kingdom of Denmark. Greenland is the only odd one out in this group. Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark, but it's located in the North American continent. Native Greenlandic people were mostly Inuits until they came under Nordic influence. Its people voted for a flag in a poll in 1985, and not wanting a copy strike, they adopted a flag that was unique in design and didn't feature the Nordic cross. All these nations share a similar history, language, culture and heritage, and therefore similar flags. Flags are the symbols of nations, and it shows we're not as divided as it seems.